going on, everybody?
What's up?
Every week is something, y'all.
It's something fresh. We got so much to talk about. You guys saw it, we saw it, and we're the source, and we're about to tell you guys.
What side y'all think he gonna be on, y'all?
Exactly. You got main event, right-hand man, Jeyuso.
Future tribal chief.
Future. Did you guys hear that bull Paul was trying to feed? Did y'all hear that bull?
Future.
Did y'all hear that bull Paul trying to feed it to Jay Mind? But it wasn't clicking in Jay Mind. Jay up there like, what?
Paulheyman the wise man, we tried everything. They gave Jeyuso a title match against Austin Theory.
But this is the craziest thing. You ruined the title match.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. But first, before we get into that, we got another huge statement that Jeyuso made. Don't make me get you.
And the craziest thing, he posted that on Instagram in his story. It was the picture with him and Solo squaring off, and he said, "Don't make me get you." Man.
Y'all saw how we saw it. SmackDown started with both Jay and Solo looking at each other.
Yep.
Jay talking to Solo, saying, "You don't do that to your older brother, Solo.
Yeah,
you don't do it."
Exactly. He said, "You don't do that to the big brother." He said, "I can't forgive you for this."
And we cannot forgive you for this. And we damn sure can't forget about you not following over these damn ropes on Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah, that was funny. Man, you tried Solo. What clicked through your head? What made you want to throw Jimmy and Jay? What made you want to throw Jimmy and Jimmy end up reversing and throwing you and you get stuck in the ropes and Jimmy had to kick you out?
Solo got tangled up in the ropes. Did y'all? It's like watching something get trapped into something and can't get out of it. But now we got a huge problem on our hands. Paul Heyman issued the handshake and said, "You choose future tribal chief."
Now, and what Jay did, Jay laughed and said, I'm going to get back with you on that one.
I'm going to get back with you on that one. What the hell does that even mean, Jay?
Man, it's like, no. Man, Jay was playing so many mind games with Paul Heyman Friday. It didn't make no sense. See, this just shows when it comes to mind games, Jay got it.
We offered the handshake again backstage. And what did he say to us, folks? He said, "Well, if I'm back in the bloodline, that means you gonna get kicked out of the bloodline."
Exactly. So that is telling you, Jay is kind of fed up with Paul Heyman. He getting tired of Paul Heyman.
So now, what is there left to do? We gotta call Roman Reigns.
You got to call Roman Reigns. And guess what? I'm sure he did call Roman Reigns, but you want to know something? What was the purpose of calling Roman Reigns when Roman Reigns gave you an objective to do and you failed? Not just you. Solo failed too.
Solo failed too as well. So now we got bigger issues. Roman Reigns will be here this upcoming Friday night on SmackDown. Literally on SmackDown.
And what is the tribal chief going to say? What is he going to do? Because the way I see it, he ain't got nobody to blame.
No, he don't.
He ain't got nobody to blame but Solo and Paul.
So now the main thing is, we saw what happened against Jeyuso.
Yes,
we saw basically Jimmy shot Jay on Friday night.
Exactly,
we saw it.
Because Solo moved. You guys saw when Jimmy and Solo was going at it and stuff like that. You saw when Solo tried to go for the spike, how Jay got up and grabbed Solo. But you guys also, did you guys see when he pushed Jay? And
he did.
He pushed
Solo.
Jay.
Solo pushed Jay, which shot Jay and literally left Jay down on the ground.
Yep.
So which left Jay knocked out.
So
and you had Solo and Jimmy going back and forth with each other.
You got post Solo once and Jimmy splashed on him. Then it was hot.
And now Jay had the hardest decision to make. But Jay on Friday night chose nobody.
He chose nobody. It's like he was mad at Jimmy, but then again he wasn't. he was really mad at Paul and Solo because Solo, you cost him the match. Then you got Paul up here talking about, I'm sorry, I had to. You had to.
You had to?
You didn't have to. You was told to.
You had to. You had to interfere. You had to.
You had to get Solo to interfere. Like Solo is some type of god. Like he just get the job done. Solo, you failed.
You failed. But folks, ladies and gentlemen, this upcoming Friday, Roman Reigns will be here. It's not fun when Roman Reigns be here.
No, it's not. When the tribal chief is there, things are said and things got to be done. But are we just going to forget about Sammy showing up Friday to give Jay some encouraging words?
That's the thing that everybody still cannot figure out. Which I really thought we left. Sami Zayn and Kevin made it very clear on Monday. We got rid of the bloodline. We were done with the bloodline or whatever. Sami Zayn keeps going back into the fire.
Sami Zayn keeps going back. But Sami Zayn keeps going back because something keeps telling him to go back. Something is tying him to that. And what's tying Sammy to that is Jimmy and Jay.
It's Jimmy and Jay. His love for Jimmy and Jay. Not his love for Roman.
Nor Solo.
Nor Paul. But it's the love for Jimmy and Jay. That's why Sammy keeps going back.
Exactly. And you see how when Sammy tried to talk to them and tell them this and tell them that, and this shit became true. You saw how Sammy told Jay that he missed being in the bloodline. He said he missed doing the handshake and the dancing. And guess what? It had Jay up there laughing. So it shows that Jay misses that too.
He does.
Jay misses that too because he has somebody that he can laugh with, along with his brother.
But look here, we didn't want to do that, but something had to be done.
Some had to be done.
There was a lot of softness going on. It was.
Yeah, it was. But the main thing Sammy told him was, choose from your heart. And Sammy told him, said, if you can go on and be the next tribal chief, said you can choose Roman and Solo. He said, but remember this, there would no longer be no Jimmy and Jey Uso. There wouldn't be no Usos. There won't be no tag team.
It won't be that crunk music that we get crunk to every time that music plays.
Only time that music could get like that if it's Jimmy.
If only it's Jimmy. Now, folks, you know how we know that Usos theme song?
Yeah.
That's the song. That's what get the blood pumping for a tag team match for real. No offense. It does. But Jey Uso, you got to think about it. If you were in Jey Uso's shoes right now, who would you pick? Which side would you pick? I would pick my brother. I'm going to be honest with you.
I think he's going to choose Jimmy because once he saw how Solo just straight up disrespected him, and like Jay told Solo earlier that night, like, Solo, I can't forgive you. And I think Solo felt some type of way. Well, guess what, Solo? You did. You pulled the trigger. You listened to the tribal chief.
The tribal chief.
You listened to the tribal chief.
To the wise man. To everybody.
But your brothers.
But now you got to face the consequences, which is finally going to lead up to this, folks. We told you guys that all 4 of these men were going to square off, and they will, because this is getting ready for Solosikoa and Roman Reigns versus the Usos at Money in the Bank in London.
Exactly. And I see it. It's right around the corner.
Hell, Roman even said, why do you think Roman's returning this upcoming Friday?
Exactly. Roman doesn't like that the job isn't getting done. But my main thing is this, you guys. If Solo and Roman loses at Money in the Bank, what does that mean for Paul?
You get out. All your wise words ain't working no more. Get out. How heartbreaking it's going to be to finally let the main member of the bloodline who's been part of your Samoan tribes for the longest is going to get let go. That's going to be wild. But then another thing too as well. Rikishi. Remember y'all? We still ain't seen Rikishi.
No, he ain't. But he been putting out cryptic messages.
Back and forth.
Like so we'll see him when he show up. But the main thing is, who will Jeyuso choose? Because Friday, he didn't choose anybody. He just walked away. So my main thing is this. Is Jay going to choose his big brother, his day one, the one who's going to forever have his back? Or will he choose the disobedient brother who does what everyone says?
That is the main thing. And you folks out there, you literally make this decision for yourself tonight too as well. Who will you choose if you was in Jeyuso boots, in his shoes, in his situation? Who would you guys choose? Who would you choose?
Well, if I had an ultimatum I had to choose between what? Because I know one of them is disloyal and the other one loyal. I'm going to go with the one that's loyal, not the one disloyal. Yeah, we're blood all day. Yeah, we fam all day. Yeah, we see each other at the cookouts and all that. But at the end of the day, I got to know that you're disloyal. And I can't be around you if you're disloyal.
That is true. And that goes out to everybody, each and every one of y'all too as well. If you was in Jeyuso's situation, who would you choose? The disloyal or the loyalty? The one right here, the loyalty, the person that's going to have your back at the end of the day? Or do you join the opposite and be part of what you basically was in when this all started?
Exactly, because Solo, open your eyes. You what Jay used to be. A right-hand man.
Who can't get the job done?
Who can't get the job done? The difference is it's a different name, right?
Can't get right. That's what we gonna call you.
And the second one, you don't need to have no type of role in this. If anybody want to be technical, Jay is the one that started the bloodline. Not Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns just needed somebody in his corner. Mm-hmm. So once again, if it wasn't for Jay, and Jay, around pandemic era, if it wasn't for Jay, Roman would have been lost that universal title. And then when Jimmy came back, he had to make things right with Jimmy. Mm-hmm. Just so Jimmy could be on the same page as making sure he keep the belts. And guess what? They did just that. Mm-hmm. So, my main thing is this. Solo, where do you play in? Because, no offense, I haven't saw you do a damn thing besides at WrestleMania to help Roman keep the gold.
That is true. But, folks, we leave that with you tonight. Who would you choose? If you were in Jeyuso's situation, would you choose your brothers? Which brother would you choose? The one that's loyal to you and that always got your back?
Or the disloyal?
Or the disloyal one that literally just wants you to just be part of this and shut up and just do the job for real.
Exactly. Because that's exactly what Solo do. He be like this. But then, I'm going to be honest. What Jay said to Solo Friday, yeah, it made Solo feel some type of way when he heard his own big brother say he can't forgive him.
He can't. So, folks, we leave that with you tonight. Who you choose?
Who are you going with? I guess we won't know until you guys comment below and tell us what would you do if you was in this situation.
That's right, folks. That's your ultimatum tonight.
Yeah, on CTG TV 97.
Wrestling Channel, baby.
Yep.
Acknowledge the ones that give it to you. And acknowledge yourselves too as well.
Acknowledge CTG TV 97. We really be wanting to thank all of y'all that sit up there and tell us y'all acknowledge us. Well, we acknowledge y'all too.
We cannot forget about y'all. We love that you acknowledge us, but you gotta acknowledge yourselves because you are the ones that make this channel happen.
If anybody need a round of applause, it's you guys.
And you need your own very title too as well.
Yes, you do.
But that's how it ends, folks.
Yep.
We'll see you guys again this upcoming week.
Yep.